It's a symbol of the move away from atomic energy. The Zwentendorf nuclear power plant just outside Vienna was built almost 40 years ago, but has never been in operation. These days, the facility attracts tourists from all over Europe. It's a unique opportunity to get inside an atomic power plant without having to worry about exposure to radiation. The Fukushima nuclear disaster in 2011 reignited the debate about atomic energy. Here, visitors can learn about the technology. Getting into the reactor hall of an operational nuclear power plant wouldn't be so easy. The nuclear reaction would usually take place here. The large basins would be filled with water to cool down the fuel rods. This facility cost €500 million to build. But after its completion, the Austrian people rejected nuclear power in a referendum. An open reactor. Normally, it would be covered by a meter-thick layer of concrete.
It's hard to grasp, but so wide and deep. Kind of threatening.
If you imagine all of this were contaminated, you get an idea of how hard it would be to decommission the plant.
In 2005, Austrian energy company EVN converted the reactor into a training facility, allowing technicians to practice in a safe environment.
If this were an operational plant, radiation levels here would be extremely high. If you'd open the lid of the reactor, you'd see the fuel rods, where radiation levels would be extremely high. Under normal circumstances, that's only done during maintenance work, when the reactor basins are full of water.
Next to the reactor are several original uranium rods. The plant was supposed to supply some 2 million households with electricity. After passing through several tunnels, the group emerges beneath the reactor rods. This area would usually be full of water. For the visitors, it's a stunning sight.
It's amazing what we humans can create. When you look at all this, all the pipes and cables, it's impressive. On the other hand, it's a bit worrying to think that this is the only atomic plant that a person could visit like this and survive. That's the other side of the coin.
Austria is one of several EU member states that do not produce nuclear energy. The country gets 2/3 of its energy from renewable sources, like hydropower. A further 15% is imported from abroad. That includes nuclear energy from Germany and the Czech Republic. That's something that environmentalists from groups like Austria's Global 2000 criticize.
Atomic energy is a failed technology of the past. It's not competitive, was never commercially viable, and is linked with problems like security and nuclear waste. It's a dinosaur ready for extinction. No private investor would put money into a nuclear plant without massive subsidies provided by taxpayers.
Even though it was never operational, today the Zwentendorf nuclear power plant is almost a museum piece. The computers use 1980s-era technology. And the telephones feature rotary dials. It's a fascinating look into a place few of us will ever see. Yes or no to nuclear energy? The Austrians answered that question back in 1978, but it was a close decision.